because it seems like all across the NFL, joint practices are starting, which means fights are happening in every single one of them. The Washington Commanders and the Baltimore Ravens are joint practicing. Now, obviously, they are very near to each other, so this makes things very easy on the back end preseason-wise. But one little hi-hi, hands up with a hi-hi.
Yeah.
This is what joint practices are, honestly. This is what, as a player, I think we just expect out of all of these. Now, I know the talent evaluators get an opportunity to look at two different rosters in bottom half of rosters that could potentially need to fill or plug their roles. And I know coaches are able to put situations where ones versus ones. This is going to be a contained environment where there won't be any fuckery or any chance of anybody blowing an ACL. So they get a chance to see good on good for an extended period of time, as opposed to just a game that has situations kind of present themselves. We can present third and long with our ones. We can bring in one-on-ones with our new rookie tackle taking on somebody on the other side. So coaches love it. Scouts love it. The fans love it. Odell Beckham Jr. caught a deep ball from Lamar Jackson this morning at that joint practice against the Washington Commanders. Odell Beckham to Lamar Jackson.
Dahn.
Lamar Jackson to Odell Beckham. It could be the other way around, too, by the end of the year. Drops one in the bucket for him. He gets tackled. The fans see that. They're like, that's not just against the Baltimore Ravens corners. This is going to work in the NFL. This is going to work during a regular season. Hope gets built during these joint practices, and we also know there's going to be scuffles. So congratulations to the Washington football teams, Commanders teams, and the Baltimore Ravens battling it out this morning. 2 fights already. Mark Andrews is in one. Wide receiver and corner got another one. Let's assume 4 to 5 more throughout all these, and then we'll keep our eyes around the NFL and all these joint practices. One half of the toxic table at Boston Connor is taking on, I believe, the other half of the toxic table at Ty Schmidt in joint practices right now. Packers in New England in Green Bay.
New England in Green Bay.
Yep.
Okay, so there's like one hotel there. Remember, it's like hour away.
Yeah.
So New England says, you know what? Most inconvenient place to travel to during the season?
We'll go.
Let's go for a week.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Smart.
We're comfortable when others are uncomfortable, but that particular camp's going to get pretty rowdy, right? A lot of things to prove on both sides of the ball there.
Yeah, a lot of young guys too, especially in those positions like you mentioned. Like, although the DBs and the wide receivers are going to get after it, we got a lot of young linemen, a lot of unproven offensive, defensive linemen. I'm assuming, that the Packers also.
It's going to get ugly.
It's going to get violent.
That's a group that fights. Like naturally, O-line, D-line fight. That's actually a part of the position. All you need is just one little extra, and then all of a sudden.
Is that right?
What was that? And then everybody in those particular groups is actually judged on not only if they get in the fight, how they perform in the fight. Okay, this is part of your job.
That's a big part.
So whenever the O-line and D-line start fighting, normally those ones get pretty, but I will say the bigger fellows understand energy too.
Right.
You know what I mean? We're not wasting too much energy in this heat. We got to kind of balance it out. But I think with teams that have a lot to prove, that is obviously whenever it gets the most ugly. One half of the hammer, Dahn. Cowboys Tone Diggs is here. You look great. Can't wait to dive into some numbers that you've been finding that we can maybe profit and take advantage of because the books might be sleeping.
Okay.
14-year NFL vet, a man who played corner for the entirety of it, an absolute icon. Pac-Man Jones is here.
What, Pac?
Pac, obviously, we're talking about NFL and we're talking about fighting. So I don't think there is a better human to be joining us than you. You were a man that enjoyed mixing it up. You've done some actual fighting and boxing in your post-career. Still do that. Was not scared at all to fight somebody for Shaquille fucking O'Neal in an airport while carrying some Popeye's chicken. So, like to throw down. These joint practices, guaranteed fight every single time, right? And is that why players either love it or hate it? How do you think most players feel about it?
I think players love it. It's always going to be somebody out there chirping like, when we just seen that
You
play.
would have been the guy.
Yeah, that would have been me, the guy. He caught the ball. I swiped his arm 3 times. Then he pushed me. Then, I check him, just a quick check, to let him know I'm there. He probably checked me back, but nothing too big for that.
Yeah, so like
it's a normal day.
That's what I don't think everybody fully comprehends. To you, that is a normal day. But whenever you talk to somebody that has never been in the football world, they're always like, well, that's illegal. You're not allowed to do that.
Yeah, it's against the rules.
It's like, bro, these are humans. They're
and this
tired.
is joint practice.
They're tired as fuck. Like, this is 2 weeks of living in hotel or dorms, doing these practices, the scheduling, kind of figuring it out. So bodies are sore, people are tired, jobs are on the line.
Hot as hell.
Yes. Not everybody's going to have the most amount of couth, you know?
No.
Well, those coaches need to tell them boys to keep it tight in between a whistle. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, yeah, because some of those coaches, they wish they could.
Oh, yeah.
They wish they could fight the other people. And I don't want to say, like, the culture is almost like has to have a fight.
It is.
But it has to. If you don't have a fight, fans should be worried about their team.
Yeah.
Like, that is a real, if you do not get into a fight with another team somehow throughout the entirety of a practice together, I think you should worry about your team. I think that means when it gets cold, I think when things get a little tough, I don't want to say ipso facto, but you don't got any fighters. You need some fighters on your team, I think, if you're going to create a winner in the NFL.
I'm glad you said that because I'm glad this came out this morning because last week I was like, where are all the fucking fights at in these joint practices? It was like it was too quiet. You know what? I think it was maybe the first week of camp or whatever, and everyone was still too
I don't know,
happy.
though. This next generation, they might legitimately just be like so intelligent.
No, the Bengals was popping off.
Against
we done had about 4 or 5 fights.
Yeah,
the
against
Bengals
the Packers.
and the Packers, they got into a real good one. The one we just seen, that was decent.
Apparently the Bills.
Yep.
Bills had a
was in
big
the
one. Yep.
I mean,
You know what I mean? They still getting it in.
We need helmets off, swinging helmet.
Well, yeah, the Browns Giants. That's what I'm looking for. Remember when it was Sterling Shepard versus
Hell
that
yeah.
other DB? That's what we need.
do we have the Ravens fight? Mark Andrews fight. There's a dude walking real close to the fight without a helmet, like not dressed.
Do not do that.
And, yeah, bingo.
Do not do that.
As I was watching the video, I was like, somebody needs to get hold of that guy.
Yeah.
He wasn't even like paying attention. He was like looking the other way. He starts walking by past this. Mark Andrews, I think a guy gets a pick, and then Mark gets a
I
little
saw
pissed.
Tucker put his helmet on real quick
Boom.
in one fight.
Oh, yes. Yeah,
smart.
that is just like a known thing. And also, you put your helmet on. As you're putting it on, you got to do that violently, just on film.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Looks
He's
like-
trying to mix it up.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to try to get in. Here's another fight here from training camp. Mark Andrews, we don't know what happened. We can't see it. He was not happy. This guy ended up with the ball, though. Yep, belly to back suplex.
Love that.
Nothing to see here. I'm walking away. Everybody can fuck off. Nope. Somebody said, what'd you just do to my fucking teammate? Mark Andrews in the middle. There's the guy that just walked by with no helmet. That guy needs to relax. People with the Guardians, smart. I like that. I probably would have done the same if I would have been around a training camp practice, a joint one, knowing a fight's coming. But that was a pretty good little scrap.
Yeah,
Started with a little WWE, ended with a little pushy shovey.
How tall Chase Young is.
The slam was
Proud
really
about.
good.
He's a big son of a bitch.
Yeah, but you know what I noticed from that video is look how big Baltimore is and how small the Washington.
You know why
Right.
he's mad, though?
What's that?
Because he took him down to the ground.
Yeah, and he picked them up.
It ain't
Went low, too.
You know we don't go down to the ground.
Oh, you're talking about Andrews was pissed?
Yeah. When he hit the
Oh, that guy
ground.
tripped him. Yeah, and then the ball came out, wasn't a catch. Fuck you, kid.
Yeah. Boom.
This isn't how the NFL does. All right. I enjoyed it. He did not appreciate the fact that that guy was celebrating something that he tripped me and the ball was not caught. This is okay. I like that. Mark, let's have
Because in
some
joint
standards.
practices like this, you don't hit up. You pull up right here. You make sure he stay up because you don't want nobody to get hurt. Like, that's a bad play by the corner right there. Looked like they was in cover 2 just then.
Being able to cover practice is a big deal in the NFL.
Yeah.
Don't go to the ground. You hear a lot of people
yeah.
say, stay up, stay up, stay up. You have no idea what can happen on the fall.
What?
There could be something. And then not even on the fall, like the mix up before the fall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So much shit happens in there. I seen a guy, I think he pulled his hamstring because legs got twisted and ended up being in like a different place. Obviously, the corner got cut
Yes.
immediately.
Right.
On the spot.
It was an immediate see you later. You can't practice. You're out of here.
And they tell you that. They tell the younger guys, hey, look, we know you guys want to make the team, but you're not going to make the team in here on Monday through Friday. Only way you're going to make the team on here is on Saturday and Sunday. Like, the main thing is to keep everybody up. Like, you might have one period where you thudding, but you still ain't taking nobody down to the ground.
Yeah, and then you get these joint practices. And
It's all hell.
This guy seems to have a lot of moxie over here, huh? Doesn't he? I fucking hate that guy.
Yeah.
That's all you need is one guy.
Yep.
All you need is one guy in a position. So, like, if it's a linebacker, just internally sees the way somebody's operating.
Yeah.
I don't like the way that guy's going about doing his shit.
That's the one.
2 plays later, the whole team is fighting.
Get him.
Yeah, what happened? How'd we get here?
Yeah.
I didn't like the way.
That guy's a piece of
The
shit.
way he was standing.
Did you see what he did to me after? I don't like that. So joint practices will bring that. We think it's a good thing. Now, and by good thing, it's like definitely going to happen. There's no reason to get upset about it. There are people, though, every single year that get really upset about stuff that happened in preseason play. Remember somebody who was supposed to be suspended?
Oh,
That's
yeah.
right.
Aaron Donald.
That's right.
Yeah.
It was Aaron
Oh,
Donald.
yeah.
For
Yeah.
taking his
Ripping that guy
helmet
out.
off.
Took
yeah.
his helmet off and tried to Miles Garrett him.
Yeah.
Yeah. And people were like, it is
6 games, 8 games.
get him out of here.
In joint practice.
Yeah, and was like, don't know how to tell you this. Like,
That happens.
this is actually the recipe for a fucking fight.
Yeah.
So, like, we just have to assume that fights are going to happen. Now, we do not like weapons being used.
No.
Okay? And if there's any folding chairs around any of these joint practices,
Please
okay,
do.
I think after the world got a chance to see their
Yeah.
abilities,
That's right.
folding chairs,
I can move
Very
those things.
recently.
Yeah.
Get those things out of there.
People that maybe didn't watch WWE growing up or whatever, like, there's a chance that people are just learning about these folding chairs and what they're able to do. And we need to keep asses in those
Yeah.
when these fights start happening.
Bingo.
Because there is a chance that somebody rips somebody's helmet off
Yep.
and hits them in the head with it. That's happened live in game prime time.
Yep.
That has happened certainly in practice. Aaron Donald was the guy that they almost kicked out, and he said it was just practice. It was football, bro. So,
Exactly.
Shit.
what are we even talking about?
That 5 months after.
Did you see what that guy did to me? He tried to get my helmet.
Yeah.
Couldn't. I could get his.
I win.
That's called me winning the rep. All right. And I'm just trying to finish it. This isn't on Sunday, although more people saw it on the internet than would be watching the game.
Yep.
It's a fascinating little development that these are just fight factories.
Yeah, it's the same way like with Albert Hainsworth, dirty ass, when he stepped on the guy's face for the Cowboys.
Oh, yeah.
What a piece of shit he is.
Is that preseason or regular season?
Well said, Pac.
Preseason.
There's been a lot of those types of situations on the field. We hope none of those happen today.
That's right.